requirement is clear, right? There is a nested list. I want to convert this into a flattened list. And what do I mean by that? Guys, what do I mean by that? How do I flatten this list? So by flattening, what I mean is, yeah, good.
Make it into a single list.
Exactly. I get all the values, something like this, but my values should come like this. So this is one topic that we will learn today. Something like this. You get the idea, correct? So any ideas how to do it? How will I get this? And you're free to do anything, right? You can use anything. List method, for loop, this, that. Free to do anything. Right? This is your starting point. And this is how I want the output. And how do I make it happen? And imagine you have numbers, right? Let's say this part belongs to week 1, right? This part belongs to week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, something like that. So you have weekly numbers, some numbers, and numbers could be orders, order size. So 91 items ordered, 89 items ordered, 75 items ordered. So week 1, there were 3 orders, you have the count. Week 2, you have the orders, the count. And you want to combine all the information in one list. So you know exactly how many orders were there, and then you can do a total. So for loop is fine. What you said, it makes sense. I will access the first inner list, but what will I do with it? Also, when I go to the second iteration of the for loop, which is once I have access to this, I should have some place where these values are already stored.
We could create another list.
Okay.
And then we could store these values, like the flattened values in that list, and we could print that list so that we get the output.
Yes, so it will happen step by step. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
First, basically, we'll do an iteration on n list. We'll run a for loop on this. We'll access each item, and each item is a list, right? And once we have access to that each item, we will just try to put all these items in some other list. And once we go to iteration number 2, we have access to this second inner list. Again, we'll try to add these to a different list. Do you agree, people? So let me give you a smaller example. Let's say if I have numbers like this, L2, and one more list, which is 3, 4. So what will happen if I do L1 plus L2? What will happen?
So the list will be added, right? Like 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'll get 1, 2, 3, 4 in a single list, no?
Yes.
So the plus operation or the addition operator is applicable between 2 lists, and it helps you combine the information across 2 lists. Now, since this is helping us get the items of L1 and L2 in a single list, does anything click for this also?
We could simply add the sublists.
We can. You're right. Right. And one more variation I want to show you, so you can relate it with your methods. L1 dot append. So this will work. Will it give me the same output? Simple question. Will it give me the same output? So first of all, when I ran this code, no output came, which means that L1 got modified. And when I try to see L1, it is visible as 1, 2, and then one more item, which is a list, which has the values 3, 4. So by doing simple append, we just make whatever item we are trying to append a part of the existing list. And L2 is a list in itself. Right? Do see that L2 is a list. So you're appending a list to an existing list, which gets done like this. So this will not work. Right? This will work. Plus is going to work, but this is not going to work. So what do I do now? I want to show you that there is a method that will help us. And I want to just go to that directly. So there is a method extend. Have you worked on this earlier? Extend. Right. So let's look at the documentation. So this will probably help because it says it is able to extend your list by appending elements from the iterable. An iterable means a list or a tuple, something that you can run iterations on. Right. So if I do something like this, which is instead of append, I do extend. And I have to redefine L1, right? For this. So now L1 is not same. Okay, just remember, I have rerun this cell, so L1 is again a simple list with 2 items. But when I do something like this, and again check the L1 list, then we have values the way we want. Right? Do notice the difference between this and what we did earlier when we got. In fact, I think it's better if I use both the outputs and then show them together. So again, defining L1, L2, doing this and showing the output here. Again, defining it, running this and then showing it here. Now compare the two output. When you do L1 append L2, you are just appending the list as is, as a new item. Whereas in this method extend, you are adding the values from L2 to your L1 list. Do you see the difference between this output and this output?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes.
So the method that we want to use here is the extend method, but you can always use this as well. Okay, you can use this as well. And let's run a for loop and see if there's a difference between this cell number 15 approach and cell number 19 approach. Make sense? So everyone clear what we're about to do? We will try to append or flatten the list using both the methods. This one using a plus operator as well as by extending, and you will notice the difference also. Okay, so let's publish analyst one more time. Let's make the screen blank. So we are able to just focus on what is relevant. And now I will run a for loop for item in analyst. And this will give me access to item, right? Each item. And for applying the operator, what do I do? See, I've given you pieces, right? I've given you pieces that do this, something like this, right? So for our case, what should I do? Where are the two lists going to come from? Here we had L1, L2. Where are the two lists going to come from in this style? I only have one now. I only have one item variable. Where is the other one? Where is the other list? So the hint from this, right? Not the hint, but the way you can think of this is think of what will be needed when you have first inner list. So when item or the for loop has 91, 89, and 75, then what will it add to? Are you with me? In the first iteration, when this is equal to this, what will it add to?
So the new list in which we store the items.
Exactly. So I would want to have some new list starting with a blank one, correct? Starting with a blank one. And simply add to this blank list my first inner list. So blank list will be updated now. Can I do this, people? Can I do the addition of this and this? Is that possible?
Yes, sir.
It's possible, right?
Yes, sir.
And we can validate, right? We can just do validation outside also. Right. So this is where I think basic fundamentals come really useful, right? Usually when we are learning, we tend to ignore them, that this may not be very important. But when you're thinking of an approach, often it comes to, okay, will this work? Will that work? Right. So that is where those fundamentals come really useful. So let's do a simple testing, which is if I have a blank list like this, and if I want to add to it another list, let's say 10, 20, will this work or not? And it does. Do you see this? Blank list on the left hand side, and we are able to add another list to it. And as the output, what do we get? The same values, 10 plus 20. Right. So it may not look very useful, as in this code may not look very useful to you, but it does help you that in this for loop, I can have a, let's say, a final list as blank. And then within the for loop, what I can do is, what can I do?
So the final list dot extend.
Exactly. Or if I'm doing a plus, then I can do plus also, right?
Yes, sir.
I can do a plus also. Plus what? Item. So first thing is you should come up with an approach so that the original list is not modified. So you want to create a new one. And let's say if I want to create a new one, I will start with a blank list like this.
Yes, sir.
And how will I keep on adding these to the blank list? That's what we're doing here. Huh? Same thing, exactly. See, if you're accessing this first, then you have to take it somewhere also, no? To a blank list. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Right? And if you wanted to write a plus or something, then it will not make sense because in each iteration you have only one inner list to access. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Plus with what is the question? What will you plus it with? That's the question. So that's what I'm trying to do below, that you need to have some other list to add to. And that has to be a blank list in the very beginning. All the other iterations are fine. But in the very beginning, you should have something, which is a blank list. Otherwise, this will fail. This will ask you, okay, where should I go and add my values to? That's the thing.